You look so sexy. You turn me on my mind every time. What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in, come on in, come on in really quickly. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, say hi, send a heart, send a like, thumbs up, send an angry face, send something, let me know you're on here. I'm not going to be on here very long at all. What's up, Curtis? How are you? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I just want to share something with you really quickly. See, I have 5 of you on here. I only see Curtis, though. So everybody else, send a thumb, send a heart, send a angry, send a sad, send a care, send something. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the video, and everybody else will just have to catch it later on a replay or however that works on Facebook. Let's listen to that. How's everybody's week going? It's Thursday. That is great to hear, Curtis. I am blessed as well. God is good. God has been faithful. It is Thursday, and you guys are just like weird moments away from Friday. That's awesome. But I just want to come on here real quickly to talk about a conversation about everything as it relates to the live videos that I do on my personal profile from time to time. My sister's on. What's up, TT? So I just want to let everybody know that, one, if you are not following a conversation about everything, what are you doing? Like, go do that now. Like, get off the live and go type in your search box at conversation is or a conversation about everything and follow. It's my new podcast. The episodes are going to start to air with my guest in a few weeks, but I have like a special bonus episode that I may drop tonight, tomorrow, Saturday. It really just depends on how I feel, but sometime between now and the end of next week, I'm going to drop that bonus episode so you can go and listen to it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, some other digital media outlets that I don't really know anything about, but it's on there as well. You can go listen to it everywhere. So you need to make sure, if you have an Android, you need to be following a conversation about everything on Spotify and Google Podcasts. If you have an iPhone, Apple Podcasts, Spotify works on there as well, and Anchor on Android and iOS. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be connected. But you do need to go and follow the Facebook page at Conversation Is or Conversation About Everything. Or on Instagram at Conversation Is as well. This is why. I know a lot of my friends on here haven't followed the page yet. We're at like 200 and something likes. Thank God for each and every one of you. But the lives that I generally do on my personal profile, I will be doing them all on a conversation about everything's profile. So if you enjoy watching me and hearing me get on here and rant and express myself and fuss at you and encourage and empower you, you need to go and follow a conversation about everything, because that's where it's going to happen from this point forward. Kaylin has something to say. That's where it's going to happen at from this point forward. The podcast is already up on all of those digital media platforms. Follow it because you don't want to miss them. I have some amazing guests that are coming on. We're going to be talking about any and everything that is relevant and pertinent to people of color, Black people, Hispanic people, gay people, straight people. You don't want to miss a moment. That's my brother. I love you too. But go and get plugged in. I just got on here to say that I will not be going live on this platform anymore. The podcast will air starting next month, somewhere around Monday or Tuesday. The day after the podcast airs, I'm going to be live on a conversation about everything's page with the aftercast, having a conversation with each of you. Anybody that gets on the live can send your request in, come on the screen, talk about whatever we talked about on the podcast the night before, give your input, give your output, say you loved it, say you hated it, say you love me, say you hate me. I'm okay with all of that. I'm not like that fickle and fragile. But you need to follow the page so you can get plugged in to a conversation about everything. I have some amazing people coming on. Preachers, comedians. My other sister, what's up, bud? I love you. My preachers, comedians, life coaches, just activists, allies. I have some of everybody that's going to be on the podcast. And we've already started recording. So what I'll be doing from this time until the time that the podcast airs is just editing all the audio, adding in those sound effects, and getting it ready to be published. So make sure that you guys are following. And if you follow it on Facebook especially, share the page so that everybody that on your friends list can get plugged in and join the conversation as well. I'm telling you, it is something that is needed. It is something that is necessary. Kaylee, what's up, girl? It is going to be life altering, life changing. We're talking about everything. And if you have topics that you want us to discuss, um, send me your inboxes. You can send them here if you're my friend, but I'll be checking, especially for topics and things of that nature, mostly on a conversation about everything's Facebook inbox, and at conversation is on Instagram, that inbox. Send me what you want to talk about. Send me what conversations are important to you. What you feel like people need to hear about. The first show is going to be amazing. I'm not even going to tell you who I'm having on there or what we're talking about, but I'm telling you it's going to be mind-blowing, life-changing, life-altering, all of those things. I know y'all can probably hear Kayla in the background because she is having a full-fledged fit right now. Thank you so much, Gabe. I'm so glad that you'll be listening, you'll be supporting. Whatever you guys want to hear about, tell me who you want on the show. I have some amazing artists coming on the show. These people are going places, doing things, college educated people, that can give you the know-how, that can give you the tools, that can give you the encouragement, that can give you the uplifting, that can check you if they need to. This is going to be major. I got a promo video. I haven't decided if I want to release it later tonight or tomorrow, but it's going to be on a conversation about everything's Instagram and Facebook. It's so cute. I had a few of my conversation starters who actually participated in the video, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be amazing. And when I put that video up, I know. And when I put that video up, I need y'all all to share it. Like it, share it, put it on your page, add it to your story. Make sure all your friends, your folks, your family are liking and following. I'm getting ready to get off here because she's got something to say. It's like she wants to have a conversation right now. But I won't be going live on this profile anymore. So make sure that you are following a conversation about everything on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, you'll get to see, who the guests are going to be on the show and hear a little bit about what they do and their educational background, what they have to offer, and what we're going to be talking about. Facebook is the place where you get plugged into the conversation. Follow us, because once we go live with the aftercast, everybody that's on there, anybody that's on there that wants to be a part of the conversation, that has something to say, and I love you opinionated people. It does not scare me. You do not have to agree with me. You do not have to believe the same way that I believe. You do not have to think the same way that I think. I welcome opposing. You can bring her. I welcome opposing viewpoints because, you give me something to work with. And I'm not in the business of trying to convert you, and you can't convert me. But what we can do is respect each other. And I can understand where you're coming from, and you can understand where I'm coming from. And we can meet in the middle. Even if we don't mesh ideas, I can say, okay, that's you, that's where you are, this is where I am. No, thank you, not interested in coming over there. I know you're not interested in coming over here, but I still respect you as a human being. I still want nothing but the best for you. I still want you to prosper. I still want you to do well. I still want you to be successful. So what are you waiting for? Join the conversation. It's going to be everything. I got a special guest with me right now. See, we didn't even plan for this. We did not even plan for this. The first guest, Kaylin. You talking to the people today? No, you're just ready to get your bottle. Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, you good. Join the conversation. I got some of your favorites coming on, I promise. I got your favorite singers. I got your favorite preachers. I got your favorite comedians. And I got to get KK Supreme on my show, too. Butter and TT tell him I want to have him on the episode because he's doing the doggone thing. I'm sorry. I'm taking too long for you, mama. Join the conversation. Darius, what's up? How are you? Antonio, what's up? That's all, y'all. I just hopped on here really quickly to tell y'all go follow a conversation about everything on Facebook. You can type it in your search bar at a conversation is at not at a conversation is at conversation is on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of your digital media platforms. It's a conversation about everything. You'll see it. It's like a big mint or lime green background photo. So get plugged in. What's up, April? How are you? Get plugged in. I want everybody to be a part of the conversation. I do not want this to be a podcast where I just sit down with my guests and we talk. But I want to hear how you feel about the things that we'll be discussing and your input and your viewpoints and your perspective, because it's important to me. That's the way the conversation works, and that's the way that we change the world. When we really start to engage with each other, understand when I can start to understand where you're coming from and why, and where you understand where I'm coming from and why, and we don't necessarily have to agree about every single thing, but we can respect each other, and you can give me some insight as to why and how you maneuver the way you do, the things that you believe in and why you believe in them, your thought process and why you think that way, because it's easy for us to look at another individual when they don't do what we do, and when they don't act like we act or look like we act or move like we move, and pass our own judgment on them. But it really takes sometimes listening to another individual and hearing someone else's story and learning about someone else's journey, so that you can say, hey, oh, we're not as different as I thought we might have been, or we have a lot more in common than I knew we did, and this is what's going to help us maneuver through life. This is what's going to this is what's going to help us to treat people better and to have a better understanding. And this is what's going to help us also check our judgment. And it's just not a me thing. I mean, it's just not a you thing. It's a me thing too, because I sometimes find myself in a space to where I look at another individual and I make my own judgments. I have no idea, why they are in the place that they're in, but I'm sometimes find myself saying, oh, they should be further along than that, or they should be doing something different, or if I was them, I would never do that. But the reality of it is, I'm not them, and they aren't me, and I am sure. As a matter of fact, I know that there are people who watch me and look at me and follow me, even people, that will come on my live videos and watch and are like, why in the world is he saying some of that crazy stuff that he's saying? He knows better. He wasn't brought up like that. But you don't know my journey. You don't know, what it took for me to be in the space that I'm in now, how long it took me to be comfortable and to be authentically me and be proud of it. This is what a conversation about everything is about. That's the only agenda, is to get conversations started so that we can better understand each other and better interact with each other, because that's how society works, not me and my crew and we're running away from you, but it's how can we identify with you? Maybe we disagree about X and Y, but maybe we can meet at Z, because you have something in common with the next individual. It doesn't matter their race or their sexual orientation or their religious background. None of that matters. They are people and they are relatable. And believe it or not, a lot of the people that you pass your judgment on and have things to say about, this is the gag. You could actually benefit from those people. Those are people that can give you tools that you need to further your career or further on your craft, or to be more successful than you already are, or to go further than you've been able to go on your own. But because they're not like us, or they don't act like us, or they don't dress like us, or talk like us, or what they're doing in our mind is wrong. You'd be surprised. I, when I grew up, everything was wrong. Like, women couldn't wear pants or makeup, going to the basketball game, watching TV. But I'm telling you, a lot of these people that you look down on, you can benefit from. They have something to offer, not just to you, to the world. And the sooner that we take those blinders off and stop judging people by our very limited, as I have found, our very limited spiritual understanding, um, because they are sinning, or that's not right, or that's not okay. Listen, if for those of you who are spiritual, the scripture says, seek out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. And that really does mean just worry about your own self. The only thing that you have to offer to anyone else, your strongest, greatest, and biggest and most impactful ministry is offering the love of Christ. Not the judgment that was never yours to pass, not the condemnation that you cannot give to anyone, because you are just as jacked up as everybody that you encounter and everybody that you talk about. And most of the time you talk about them only to get the light off of you so that you can go back and hide in your corner. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it all. I think it's so important. It is important to the world. It is important to our country. It is important to our culture. It is important to our spirituality. It is important to our relationships that we are able to understand other people. And even when we don't understand them, that we are still able to love them. It means nothing if I come to you stomach growling and I'm hungry, and you say to me, had you done things differently, you would have been able to afford a meal. Had you done things differently, you wouldn't have to ask me for food. Or it means nothing for me to come to you hungry and say to you, I'm hungry, and you hear my stomach growling, and instead you say, well, Jesus saves. Yeah, he does. But what about my stomach right now? Because who's hungry is me. And it really is that simple. And it really is that practical. People don't need your judgment. And I know that makes you feel good, and that makes you feel like you're better, and that you're doing it, but it doesn't help anyone. It does more damage than it does good for you to sit up and constantly criticize and constantly say, you're not doing this right. Well, help me, nigga. You have so much criticism to give, but no tools. You have so much criticism to give, but no resources. You cannot plug me in. You can't even give me practical application. All you can do is say, that's wrong. That's nasty. That's not right. You know better. Okay, help me to do better. You living so good. You living so great. Tell me what you did. Tell me what you did. Absolutely, Rashad. April, I see you, amen, and I'm so glad you're on here. Jesus saved that person so that the next could. Absolutely. And that's all, that really is all that it's about. My gifts I've known for a very long time, although they were to some degree in my possession, they did not belong to me. And for those of you super spiritual people who about to say, that's right, your gifts belong to God, that is not where I was going. My gifts belong to any and everyone that I encounter. It is important that they see what's in me. It is important that they have access to what is within me. And if I've been given something, it is not been given to me to hoard and to collect in excess, but it has been given to me so that I can distribute it to those who need it. I know I'm saying something. And I know it's important. And I know that a lot of other people need to hear it. Some people that you've encountered will never change. That is a sad reality, but it will not. Some people have just been so mentally institutionalized that it's too late and there is no help. It should not stop you from being an agent of change. It should not stop you from being a disruptor. It should not stop you from saying, hey, there's something wrong with that. And I don't care how long it's been a system and how long people have gone along with this and how long people have put up with it and how long people have said it's okay. The moment that you know that it's not right, it becomes your duty, your responsibility, and your charge to say that's not right. I don't agree with that. I can't sit up and allow you to dog people and push people out and neglect people and cast out people because your religion says X, Y, and Z. Your religion says that, but what does spirituality say? Spirituality says it is love. And even the scripture says, with love and kindness have I drawn thee, not with hatefulness and shade. The world that you desire to see and the world that you will ultimately see has everything to do with the thoughts that you think, that will dictate the words that you say, that will dictate how you interact with people, that will dictate how you love people or how you shun people. It is so important. And what you don't want to be guilty of is putting these people down and kicking these people out, because there's purpose everywhere. There's purpose everywhere, in everybody, whether you can see it or not. Sometimes you encounter these individuals because it's your call, it's your charge to pull that purpose out of them. But a lot of people miss that call. Bless you, baby. A lot of people miss that call because you're too busy passing your judgment on them. You missed your opportunity to make the world a better place, to be a part of the change that you are always preaching and teaching about. If you really want to see it, be it. It has to start in you. You have to be the first person. I have friends and acquaintances from all walks of life. I know strippers. I know people who do OnlyFans. I have gay friends. I have straight friends. I have trans friends. I have friends who are preachers, missionaries, and I don't love or treat any of them differently because they are all the same to me. They're all the same. And sometimes, you're just one snort of cocaine away from the crackhead, You're just one missed paycheck away from the homeless guy that you pass on the street and are like, I'm so sick of these people begging. But it could be you. But we take, the blessings that we have and the things that have been opportunities that have been afforded to us, and it goes to our head, oh, we're here. That could never be me. Oh, it can. So watch how you move. Watch what you say. Watch how you treat people. Watch how you interact with people. It matters. It matters so much. I cannot tell you the individuals, and this ain't a toot my own horn type of thing, because if you know me, you know I ain't even that guy. But the people that, even from these live videos, that say you said something that meant so much to me, that just changed my whole outlook, that made my day better. And I don't go to these people hooping and hollering and throwing a Bible and throwing scripture. I just go to these people being myself. And you are enough, just you alone. What you have, what you are, who you are is so valuable, and it's so much more of an asset to you than the things that you can learn and the things that you can pick up and the things that you can be taught. Those are things that work in accordance or work along with who and what you are. But if who and what you are is jacked up, you can learn how to properly speak and learn how to exegete and learn how to maneuver professionally. But that will only take you as far as it will take you. And at some point, your character is going to come into question, who you really are, what you stand for, how you love, how you treat people. It just is what it is. What's up, nephew? It really just is what it is. I ain't even planning on going into all this. I really just got on here to tell y'all to to follow the podcast. I really did. But it's so important. Every time I get a chance to speak up, yeah, I fight for everybody. Let me go on record and say I fight for everybody. I am an activist. I am an ally. I do believe that I believe in everybody. I believe that felons should be able to get a job when they come out of jail. I believe that, Gays should be able to work wherever they want to, and not be discriminated against because of something that has nothing to do with their qualifications for the job. I just believe that. I believe that, if somebody is gifted and anointed to do a thing, regardless of whether you agree with what they're doing, how they're doing it, you allow them to function. Because what I've come to learn, even when I was in my broken state, was the work that I was doing and the fact that I was still in some spaces allowed to function and allowed to use my gifts was the very thing that brought me to a better place. That's the very thing that caused me to be better and to want to be better. And you know what? People, that old school, everybody's perfect, everybody is dotted every I and crossed every T, that's not a thing anymore. People aren't looking for that. Corey, it's a conversation about everything. I tagged it in the title, and Facebook, a conversation about everything. Instagram, conversation is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, a conversation about everything. But nobody's checking for that. I'm perfect. I've never been through anything. I've never done anything. As a matter of fact, they're looking for quite the opposite. They're looking for people who have struggled with or still struggle with their same struggles. Because that's the only thing that makes you relatable. But we want to hide our failures, and we want to just present to them our polished selves. But people need to see what you were and know how you were and who you were before you were so polished, because that's your most effective weapon. Cardo, what's up? And that's just that. If you don't take anything else from this, be you. Be you, like fully occupy the space that you were created here to occupy. You cannot do it like anyone else. The most spectacular. There we go. Get it. Yeah. That's it. The most spectacular and phenomenal thing about you is simply the fact that you are you. It doesn't matter if 1,000,000 people are doing what you're doing. The thing that separates you from the other 99999 is that you're you. And what you have is valuable. People who have overcome something and not afraid to tell their testimony, we overcome. Listen, that's in the book. That's what the scriptures say. But how do you expect, people to live better and be better if you only tell them to do better and live better? You don't say that, I know it's possible because I'm doing it. Because I was there. And not just that I was there and I'm here now, but you need to give them the in-between. You need to say, these are the steps that I took. This is what I had to do. This is what I had to take myself away from. And this is, after taking myself away from that, this is what I had to feed myself. People need that practical step-by-step application. It's not just as simple as, don't do that, do this. It just doesn't work that way. Never has, never will. Ain't that right, baby girl? Never has, never will. I love y'all. I want everybody to be great. I'll never be one of those, y'all need to stop doing this. Y'all need to stop going there. You need to stop drinking. You need to stop smoking. You need to stop sexing. I don't care what any of you people do. What I care about is that you are in good health, and that starts mentally. I care that your mind is okay and that you aren't up every night struggling or up every night losing sleep because of something that somebody else has put on you or because of the opinions and the thoughts of another individual. But beyond that, I don't care about that. I want you to be happy. I want you to have peace. I want you to be in good health. I want you to be successful. I want you to be in good shape for the people that need you and that are around you and that love you and that you are an asset to and that you are a necessity for. That's what I want for you. Other than that, I don't care. I don't care if you go to the club. I might see you there if I'm in that mood. Does not discredit anything. Don't make me any less anointed. Does not dampen my message. Does not dampen my cause. I I'm human. I do things that I enjoy and bring me peace. If me and God good, that's it. I don't care nothing about what the rest of you people have to say about it at all. And I mean that. Come on, somebody. I mean that. You saying hey to the people before we go? No, you just want to look? That's just it. And y'all need to stop that. I'm about to turn the live off, but y'all need to stop that. Stop being so, ugh. They doing this. They doing that. You don't need to do that. That's not right. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Who cares? It's not affecting, most of the time, the stuff that we gripe and complain about, it affects us in no way. But we're so invested. If you were as invested in your own life as you are in the lives of the people that you continually talk about and dog and put down and throw shade at and judge, imagine how much further you'd be. Imagine how much more you would have accomplished by now. Sometimes that's your hindrance. You're too focused on what everybody else is doing. Why? The food that they eat is not, I promise you, it's not going to make you poop. It just doesn't work like that. So why? I'm so invested in I have so much, I said this on every video, I have so much of my own business to mind. So much. I'm not too worried about you. What you doing, who you doing it with, how long you did it for, where you did it at. Miss me with it. Be good, be healthy, treat people nice. Love people, don't be hateful. Don't be stingy. Don't hoard your blessings. Share, Be kind. Smile every once in a while. That's what I care about. That's what I want y'all to be doing. Not sitting up talking about who going to hell and why. God. I'm so sick of that. That is not a thing. And when you, I can't wait until some of you become as spiritual as you say you are. Because then you'll maneuver differently. And you'll have those moments to where you look back and say, dang, I was like super hard on them for no reason. I was super judgmental for no reason. I gave them way too much for no reason at all. Treat people how you want to be treated. It's really that simple. You're fortunate enough to have people that you can go to and talk to and exchange ideas and thoughts with. Everybody doesn't have that. Everybody doesn't have a clique. Everybody doesn't have a crew. And a lot of times we get with our crew and anybody that's not a part of it, or somebody that's new, or somebody that's just like a little bit different, or somebody that like, got a little bit of this in their wrist, or some female that like got a low buzz cut and some baggy pants on. We're just like, that doesn't it doesn't fit our crew, because you feel like, and I never understood how you could, but you feel like somehow what they're doing has some significant effect on you, like them being a hoe is somehow reflective of you being a hoe. It's not the same thing. They are who they are, you are who you are. And you don't get to like be nasty to them or at them or in their direction because they're not doing what you're doing or because you're not doing what they're doing. Who cares? I don't want to embarrass nobody. I got friends that's hoes. I got friends that's everything. They do stuff. They drink. They smoke. I have a drink when I want to. About to have one momentarily. I don't care about that because none of that stuff is what matters. It's not. And I understand you having a standard that you would like to uphold and a certain way that you like to live, but that's your standard. And that's the way that you like to live. It is never your duty to manipulate anyone else into living up to a standard that you set for yourself. Never. You just make sure that you're still holding up the bloodstained banner. Come on, somebody. You make sure that you are living holy to the best of your ability and to the best of your understanding. You make sure that that's what you're doing. But you don't need to be throwing it at any and everybody else. Because that's not what any of this is about. I'm not even trying to go here. But that's not what preaching is about. That's not what teaching is about. That's not what evangelism is about. It's just not. It's not about telling these people you're wrong, you're going to hell, you need to stop doing this, do it like I did it. No, different strokes for different folks, and what works for you does not necessarily work for the next individual. What you can say is, we serve a God who is able to do all things, and if you truly believe that, you'll let him do it, and you'll stop trying to do it. You'll stop trying to fix people. If you truly believe that he can do exceeding abundantly above all that we could ask or think or even imagine, let him. He's so much bigger than us, so much stronger, so much more powerful than us. Let him do it. If it's something that needs to be fixed in me, you cannot fix it. I don't care how many times you tell me, stop doing it, stop doing it, stop going there, stop talking to them, stop wearing that, take that nose ring out, take those earrings out. You know you didn't have no business getting no tattoo. I don't care how many times you say that. I know the fixer. And everything that needs to be fixed over here, he and I are going to take care of it. It's your best bet to just say to me, keep going. I'm praying for you. Give me a word of encouragement. Because everyone that you encounter, some people will just bow out gracefully and take your criticism and allow you to abuse them with your religion and with your warped version of spirituality. I am not one of those individuals. And if you come to me with it, I'm going to shut it down immediately. I don't care how many scriptures you know. You can quote it from Genesis 1 to Revelation. I ain't one of those people. You can't just throw me anything because I'm knowledgeable. I'm spiritual. I have relationship. And regardless of how you feel about it, in right relationship. So no. Don't ever come to me saying, God said this. I promise you. If he truly said it, he said it to me first. And you just coming to put me in remembrance of the word that he had already spoken to me. But he definitely not sending you to say something about me that I don't even know myself. It's not happening. Y'all need to stop this foolishness. Be better. Be better, especially those of you who are in leadership. Be better for the people that you serve. They deserve that. You will hear me, Mind Your Business Ministries. What you said. April, you already know. You already know I'm not going. I am not going. And now to him who is able to keep you from falling, but now to me who is able to trip you and make sure you fall if you come over here with that foolishness. Huh? Come on, somebody. I love everybody. Make sure that you go follow the podcast, A Conversation About Everything. Kaylin is getting cranked up. Instagram conversation is, I really do love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Somebody said, do I like Justin Bieber? I know it's time for me to get off of here. Follow, share. Video coming probably later today. Bonus episode coming sometime within the next couple of days or so. Love y'all. I'll leave this video up. You can share this too.